Find functional hilarity at the Biffa Emporium. Girl, it's what I heard. Allegedly, it's just the word. Allegedly, it's on the street. Allegedly, I sing to the beat. Allegedly, lee, lee, lee. Allegedly, lee, lee, lee. Allegedly, lee, lee, lee. Allegedly. So, No Lip Courtney has given an interview, and I don't know how you talk without a lip. But she has managed. So let's see what she has to say behind the velvet rope. First thing is they asking, how was your first season? It pushed me out of my comfort zone. It was so amazing. Nothing could prepare you for this. I mean, that's what they all say. And it's got to be a bit cool. Oh, it was so refreshing that she said she did watch the show before she was on it. I'm so sick of these girls coming on. I never watched the show. I never saw the show. Everybody's seen Housewives of Atlanta. And even if you ain't up on the current season, the second production contacts you are watching every episode with a magnifying glass like the toy at the beginning of her show. I can't stand the lies. So you came on as Sheree's friend. What's the best part about being Sheree's friend? I couldn't think of anything positive about that. She said she's very loyal. Well, loyalty is free. Also, she is a Capricorn. We are loyal. We almost to a fault. She said Marlo Amos was the most welcoming outside of Sheree. So none of them heifers liked you. Kenya, of course, was the least welcoming, and I'm not surprised. She believes Marlo has her best interests and they're making a true, authentic friendship. So you ain't coming back next season either. Oh, God, what is with this storybook voice she's doing? The highlights for me have been the friendships, the laughter. I mean, oh my God, like, what are you doing? Like, this would be great for, like, a kid's book, but not this interview. It's okay to sound like an adult. It was low for me learning how to use my voice, but now I just rock with it. Oh, God. Maybe this is why you didn't talk that much this season, because your voice is annoying. I don't think you sound like this on the show, though. She said she was upset that there wasn't as much context with her first fight with Candy. She said, every September, I spend the month of September in Gay Paris. So her business partner calls her and says that a mutual friend of Candy's said that Candy said that she was running around saying she was friends with Candy so she could get on the show. So her business partner's the one she was really mad at, because her business partner said, oh, so we out here clout chasing. That's really why you mad. You wasn't mad at Candy. But she was upset that Candy was like, we don't know any of the same people. I don't know this heifer. But she don't know you. And you know who else don't know you? A top lip. Courtney said, Candy, I don't know you, and I don't have to pretend to be friends with you to get on this platform because I can pretend to be friends with Sheree. Production reached out to me, okay? But my ego did play a role in it, since my top lip couldn't. So the host, what's the host's name? David. So David asked her, well, people think that you came on and fought with Candy just so that you could have a moment, find your light. And she said, well, why would I want to do that just coming on? Why would I want to have an argument? For camera time, because otherwise you're boring. But, go on and try to get us to believe it's a bad narrative like we ain't been watching this shit for 15 years. Remember, honey, we ain't stupid. It's best to fess. Oh, God, this white woman, baby voice. Why are you trying to sound like Paris Hilton? It is 2:52 in the morning. It is too early to be on my nerves like this. I'm getting hungry. Am I hungry enough to make hamburgers? I got some sliders today. I'm like, I could do a slider. I'm not going to do the lamb shank. I could have some pizza. I had some pizza earlier. It was good. You know what? I'll do a pizza and a wing. I feel like that's lighter than a hamburger. Is it? I wish the supermarket was open. I love going to the market at like 3 in the morning because nobody's there. I would never mess with the girl with the most fandom, but it was authentic and it actually happened. So, oh, God. Okay, girl. She says, however, me and Candy were able to get it on the good foot, and David asked, well, why can't Kenya and Marlo get it on the good foot? Because they're two sides of the same dysfunctional coin. Oh, God. Courtney said, I think that Kenya's a lot more delusional than people realize. Now that's a read. That is a read.
That makes a city.
You know what? I'm going to do eggs, toast, and a little bit of meatloaf. That's light. That's light. And I need to get rid of that meatloaf before it go bad. I got some meatloaf from the store, but I'm going to make my own meatloaf this weekend. I love a good meatloaf. I do. She says, though, her and Marlo are similar, so that's why they can't get along. Oh, she says Marlo threatens Kenya's fabulousness, and it's not all about her when Marlo's around, and that's why Kenya can't stand it. I could see it. I could see that's why her and Portia don't get along, too. Candy asks how my man puts up with me, and you know what? That's a reflection on her, not me, because when I squashed our beef, I meant it, and that's how oh, God, she is, oh, God. I listen, so you don't have to. Maybe it's her lack of lip that's making her sound like this. She said there is nothing authentic or real about Kenya. Let's get that straight. David said, well, you know, the fans like real and authentic. She said, do they really? And that's actually a good question. They like a little bit of reality, but they need things put on because reality is kind of boring at times. There is nothing authentic or real about Kenya. So how can they like authentic and real when they like Kenya? She said Kenya is the meanest girl I've ever met. And not just with me, with the cast and the crew. We can't have fun because she is the dark shadow. If you're not aligned with her or hyping her up, she's coming for you. She said the most egregious thing Kenya did was ignore Marlo the whole way to Birmingham, but they ain't never been cool. David said, well, in Nene's most recent interview, she said Kenya's needed for the show. Courtney said, the heifer had a good run, let her move on. Put her out to pasture. She said if you bring Portia back, you won't need a Kenya. I don't know, Courtney. You come back, Portia might give you that pussy punch she gave Cynthia's coochie. You begging for Portia, but Portia's bops connect. Remember when she ran that girl down at that Christmas party and hit her with the Christmas is canceled? Ooh. So David asked her, does Kenya have any real friends on the cast? And she said, I think her and Candy have an alliance, but when that heifer fell, nobody jumped up from the bus to go check on her, and that speaks volumes. And actually, it does. It really, really does. Nobody was like, oh my God, Kenya. Like, nobody put the pettiness to the side and ran after her. Everybody just watched her ass hit the fault. Asphalt. That actually is really telling. Candy finally begrudgingly got up and went to go check on her and went to the hospital with her, but Candy ain't want to be there. Candy ain't really care. I could see her doing it as OG optics, but that says a lot. So she doesn't regret her karma comment. David asked, why is this group so obsessed with everybody's finances? Because they all broke, except for Candy. Because this show has had the fakest businesses, the fakest charities, the fakest books. Remember, Sheree came out with a book didn't nobody read. Nene had the Twisted Hearts Foundation for 10 minutes. The Barely Agency. She by Sheree. Fashion shows with no fashion. So when you're acting like you're a businesswoman and you're a boss and a baller, I mean, Aston Martin's taken by lawyers. This show has definitely been some of the broker Real Housewives. I mean, we do have Teresa and her, felony fraud. Then we have Erica Jane and her husband's $100 million lawsuit. But these girls have pulled a con or two as well with a fraudulent business. So I think that's why there's a focus. It's a focus on the fraud. I mean, how long did it take to get to Chateau Shit Ray? She said Atlanta has had a history of women living outside of their means. I mean, Nene was squatting in a model home when the show started. Let's talk about them $34.99 wigs. So she says she's a Capricorn as well, and she's very fastidious with her funds. She loves Marlo, though, because she's authentic and she doesn't run from the fact that she's dealing with some really deep childhood issues. We've all got stuff. It's like there's a little bit of Janet Jackson whisper in there. It's very breathy. She gives Marlo a pass. So she gonna give Marlo a pass because she's honest about her childhood trauma. Sweetie, she's in her 50s. I think it's time we worked through it. She is up Marlo's butt. I'll call her on FaceTime and she'll be in designer head to toe, eating something on her couch, just being so beautiful. And no matter what you say about her, living a fabulous life is how she makes money. She rents her garments, she styles shows. How much Marlo pay you? And she may or may not have dated a billionaire. Marlo is good. Stop asking all these questions. No, I'm sorry. We want to know where them funds came from. I still say the heifer hit the lottery. I really do think she probably won like a 3 or 4 million or something like that. Not too much. And that's why she stays in that cute townhouse. She never gonna let everybody know exactly how much she got. That's why she has these moneyed hobbies. But I just don't know if I get billionaire bus out of her. So she's dating right now, but ain't found nobody yet. She's enjoying her life child-free. Because the daughter grown. Well, you've been enjoying your life top lip-free. All right, well, that was it. She starts talking about the men that she likes, and girl, we don't care. Well, I'ma see you soon. For something.
Alleged what? Alleged who? Allegedly, allegedly. Don't blame, don't sue. Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly.